This video is going to walk you through binary inorganic nomenclature. And so that is a kind of compound where there are just two elements. One of them is going to be a cation, the other one is going to be an anion. And we're going to be given a name so we can write the formula, and we're going to be given a formula so we can write the name. The cations here have a known charge. This is different from other kinds of naming where you can find out in other videos. So that means that the cations that we're dealing with are going to be like in these two columns here on the periodic table that have a +1 charge if you're an alkaline metal here, or a +2 charge if you're an alkaline earth. But there are some other metals too that have pretty consistent charges, and that would be aluminum, zinc, and silver, which have charges of +3, +2, and +1 respectively. So let's use this in an example. Let's move from a formula to a name. So here our formula is KCl. Let's get the name for that. So we need to name the cation, potassium, name the anion with an IDE suffix. So we've got potassium and chloride. And that's it. The name for this compound is potassium chloride. Let's try K2O. Here we have a little 2 subscript. Let's see if that figures into things. So we have to name the cation, and now we need to name the anion with an IDE suffix. So our formula is potassium oxide. So the little 2 subscript doesn't really figure into the way that we name this. Let's do the reverse. Let's go from a name to a formula. So lithium bromide. All we need to do is give the symbol for the cation, give the symbol for the anion, and balance with subscripts if necessary. So here we have lithium and bromine, and lithium has a +1 charge, and bromine has a -1 charge, which means that these two things add up to a 0 for a neutral charge, and so that is our formula. LiBr is the formula for lithium bromide. Let's try it again with lithium oxide. Again, we're going to give the symbol for the cation, we're going to give the symbol for the anion, and balance with subscripts if necessary. Here we've got lithium and oxygen. Lithium has a +1 charge. Oxygen has a -2 charge. Those two do not balance out. We're going to need 2 lithiums for every 1 oxygen, which means our formula is Li2O, and that makes us happy. Let's review. So for cations with a known charge, if we're going from a formula to a name, we need to name the cation and then name the anion with an IDE suffix. If we're going to go from a name to a formula, we give the symbol for the cation, the symbol for the anion, and we balance with subscripts if necessary. So now let's try these. K3N, CaO, aluminum oxide, and barium nitride. If you go through and do each one, you should come up with potassium nitride, calcium oxide, aluminum Al2O3, and Ba3N2. These can be confusing, so I encourage students to get as much practice as possible. Try to find as many different problems that you can do that involve nomenclature and try them all. Practice makes perfect. Best of luck.